Tails. Tails. That feedback there, that instant feedback there from the noise of the coin is vital, priceless. Taking the club back round behind the body and then just let that club head get swung. The instant feedback from the coin, invaluable. Right, we're on. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking driver. So tell me, how good's your driver? Or how poor is your driver? Do you want structure? Do you want to set your driver up for success? Possibly lose a slice that's there? And there's 2 or 3 things in this video that you may do that is the fault, and that's your fault. It's okay, you're in safe hands. Before we start, hit subscribe, also the bell notification and the thumbs up button. Thumbs up's massive. And check out my website, EUREKAGolfSwing.com. Okay, so I see this a lot with people hitting driver. I get a lot of people in the range bay hitting driver and they struggle. Now, do you find a position with driver that you get uncomfortable? Uncomfortable to begin with before you even take the club away. So you're trying to set yourself up, you're not really too sure, is this going to go left to right, right to left, am I going to balloon it in there? My stance feels awkward, my club behind the golf ball feels awkward, my hands on the club feel awkward. We've all been there. Unfortunately, we've all been there. And the most common thing I see is players set themselves up, okay, now, nicely set up, great. And then before they take the club back, they seem to lift the back of the golf club off the ground, or they address the golf ball with the back of the club off the ground. That's unacceptable. That shouldn't be allowed in golf. Sorry, unacceptable is maybe a little bit harsh. But the guys in R&D departments for Wilson, Ping, Callaway, TaylorMade, they design the club to be set on its bum, sat there like that, right behind the golf ball, and then from there, the club's to be taken away and delivered back to somewhere close to that position, as close as possible. If you've started off by pulling the hands forward or lifting the handle up, a lot of slicers do this, they sort of take the loft off and they close the face in hopefully an attempt to prevent the slice, to try and stop the ball going to the right. But it's counterproductive. So there, the face is now closed, my handle's high, so the only thing I can do is take the club away steep, or the only thing I can do is come back in, but I have to lift the handle even more to square the face, and of course, what does that do? Pops the ball out to the right. There's where we should be. This is where lots of people are. Some of them aren't even aware of it. I place my hand under there to highlight the fact that the back of the club is off the ground. All sorts of funky things are happening here through impact to try and square that up. It's not great. So today's tip is quite a simple one. It's going to get the club nice and flat on the ground. It's going to give you a sensation of what it feels like to be at address. We're also going to talk a little bit about shoulders and alignment and also angle of attack. So if you slice, if you hook, if you have issues with driver, this whole video will help. Certain parts will be more interesting to you than others, but that's golf. So address position. If I take a coin, do I have a coin? I do have a coin. And I place the coin on the ground just in here. Okay, just inside my target line, if you like, so target line in here. Now I want to place the club, the coin, underneath the back of the club. So I can then hear and feel what the club's like sitting flat on the ground. Once I've got that, that's great. I don't want to lift off that. I want to stay on that coin. So now from there, I can purely address the golf ball with some form of structure. Line myself up. Place my club on the coin, great. Take my stance, then push the club towards the ball, shimmy in there. I'm now set to go. I take my grip, do not lift the club off the ground. Take my grip there. Now I can lift the club off the ground because I've already got my grip. If I then lift the back of the club off, it's going to feel strange. The right shoulder gets high, shoulders point left, out to in path. Problems. That feedback there, that instant feedback there from the noise of the coin is vital, priceless. There, take my stance, move the club up, shimmy on, take grip. Fantastic, now I can lift up. Then from there with the club flat on the ground, it's going to encourage me to take the club lower on the way back. So I'm now going to have a lower takeaway, which is great. We do not want to pick this club up. So lower takeaway means more body turn. And more body turn means less slice. So I'm now there, into there, set. Brilliant. Lower turn, because I've set the club to do so, which means more body turn, which means right to left ball flight. Nice little draw. That was lovely. Okay, now that's only part of the deal. That is only part of the deal. There's more to it than that. Okay, my 50p piece. That's the only coin I had in my golf bag. I've not even got a pound coin. Tails. Tails. Okay, feedback. I hear you. Lovely. Shimmy in there. Stance. Move on. Shimmy in. Brilliant. Now before I take my grip, watch this. My left hand's on. I'm going to place my right hand on my outer right thigh, trail thigh. I'm going to go down the trail thigh just to the knee, till my fingers reach the knee, and then I'm going to apply the right hand on the aft of the shaft. Now look at my shoulders. My shoulders are now more up. So my left shoulder is now a lot higher than my right shoulder. My lead shoulder higher than trail shoulder. What's that going to do? That is going to dictate my angle of attack. A positive angle of attack, swinging up towards the golf ball from a new, lower, more rounded takeaway. Can you see how this is all piecing together? Piecing together is not in the PGA manual. There. Instant feedback. Stance. Slide it in. Move in to meet it. Left hand on. Right hand down, so right shoulder is now lower than lead shoulder. Hand in the aft of the club. Positive angle attack is going to happen. Now from there, I'm going to take a lower, more body turn takeaway because my club sits flat on the ground, and angle of attack is going to be positive. As my head stayed behind the golf ball, my head was more in line with the 50p piece. So face on view, tails. Tails again. Tails never fails. Instant feedback. There. Stance. Move club up. Shimmy into place. Left hand on. Right hand down now, so watch how my trail shoulder goes down and my lead shoulder goes up. Like so, just a little fraction, that's all it takes. And then I can apply my right hand on the aft. And then from there, I'm now centered to this coin. I'm in perfect position now for the club to move away low. There's no manipulation because it's preset there. Good, and then from there I'm taking the club back lower. So therefore more turn, probably a shorter swing, and then from there I can really get the body to open up into impact there. So you could see there from a face-on point of view how it moved the shoulder, it moved that left shoulder up. That lead shoulder was moved up. Club flat, love that. There. There, see how quick I got myself into position. Then from there all I'm doing is turning some there. One more thing to think about here, so a final swing thought. Always remember we swing the club head. There's all lots of body positions we try to get into, but we swing the club head. So in order to swing the club head there has to be an element of freedom. So it's a little bit regimental. There, 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 there. So it's a little bit wooden. So we have to keep it nice and free. Okay, so on your practice swing, before you set yourself up, just put your coin on there, your club on the coin, set yourself in position, have a few, just feel the club head swing. Feel the body turns, but it's the club head we swing. You know, we swing the club head at the ball, so there has to be a sense of freedom. Not super light grip pressure that we're going to let go, but not tight, not tense. But always start from that club on the coin position. There. And then we can feel the club head. Feel the club head. Feel the club head. Waggle, feel the club head. Feel the club head. Step on. Feel the club head. That's a very straight, fast, long drive. And there was freedom there. As I say, I swung the club head. It wasn't all about getting into loads of body positions during the swing. It was more about set up this position at address. That you cannot let that hand get underneath that golf club. That club's designed. Millions of dollars or pounds are spent on that club to sit there like that. Lovely. And then from there, taking the club back round behind the body and then just let that club head get swung. The instant feedback from the coin, invaluable. Hope you've enjoyed those driver tips. Everything we've talked about there, will improve strike and straightness of ball flight. So if you do slice, if you do overhook, it's kind of going to, well, it's definitely going to neutralise everything that's going on within your golf swing. It's a very structured setup. It's an action that's repeatable, but do not forget, at the end of the day, we swing the club head. We swing the golf club. That's so important. We don't hit at the ball, we swing the golf club. I'll see you in my next video.